Show, the Drew and Fuse Show, the Drew and Fuse Show. They clean up nicely. It's the Drew and Fuse Show, the Drew and Fuse Show, the Drew and Fuse Show. Yeah, they clean up nicely. Yeah.
Hello, we are back. We missed a week, but we are back. We are back. We've been tired. We've been traveling. We've been sleepy. We're sleepy boys.
Turns out some of us have to work for a living, and so that means being very busy. And I love it. I like being busy, and I love this podcast as well. So we're here, punks. We appreciate you, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk a bunch of stuff because we got 2 weeks to recap.
Yes,
you ready?
I'm ready. We just got back from DJC. I traveled back Wednesday. That's kind of why we missed that last Wednesday for the podcast. It was busy because we had just got back from LA and then turned around and came right to Phoenix for DJC. I got in Sunday. Drew had a gig Sunday. Got in Monday. Sunday was pretty chill. Just got to meet up with everybody. We all hung out in the little lobby bar restaurant area and chatted and caught up.
For those couple of you that don't know what the DJC is, it's the DJ Collective, and it was not the full-blown collective. This was the Recharge, and this was in Arizona. Different place than it has been in the past, but this is a little bit more intimate, and we get to really hear from some dope people, hear from Jason, Brian, and Joe personally, and they talk in depth about stuff that's going on with their businesses. So it wasn't as insane as past, but I really liked it because it wasn't.
I agree. So this was my third one. I've only been to the insane ones. I went to Nashville. It was mega big. I went to Atlanta, very big. And for me, this is the first time I got to experience more of an intimate one, and I enjoyed it the most. I liked the 2 mornings, waking up, getting down there, sitting in the room, and the speakers just kind of rotating and us not having to leave. I liked that. I loved it, actually.
Yeah, and the food came to us. The breaks were great. Yeah, I had some great takeaways. I always love these kind of inspirational meetups because, whether it's, I think you said it best, something you've already learned and it just didn't apply to you at the time, or, you're learning it, you're rehearing it this time and it's actually applying this time. So, I liked it. It was good. I had some good takeaways.
I just definitely think that we're all always in different phases of our lives. No matter what age we are or what we're going through, just different things connect with you at different times. So it's okay to hear some of the same information over again, because what didn't resonate with you at one point might resonate with you at that point, And I thought people speaking did a really good job. The Dom's AI speech, where he ordered the coffee all using AI and then it showed up delivered into the room, was mind-blowing of just the use of AI and technology.
Eric Rhodes had a little fireside with Brian. That was great. Very inspirational. Malik, I've been to all the DJCs, so seeing both of them just skyrocket was it's cool to see. Actually can happen if you listen.
Right. Yeah, if you listen to the advice that's given and you do it, it's amazing to see how people's careers have changed. And I also just loved how open Eric was, and honestly getting to know Eric a little more, just hanging out and all that. I also love just listening to Joe, Jason, and Brian too. They've got 3 different business models, and how they all do things is it's so interesting. And obviously they're all 3 tremendously successful at what they do. And I love Joe and Joe's takes on everything and his business, and him saying that Jedi created the Avengers of DJs and content creators was probably the funniest thing. Also very true. SCE is just a monster group of guys, and to stand out in that group, you really got to be pushing yourself and doing the content and doing the stuff.
So Collective was awesome. Big takeaways. I think I learned, I kind of figured out where I want to go. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge, but I like this new path I'm on moving forward.
I was just going to mention, we did do a little vlog recap. So if you haven't seen it yet, everything that we're kind of talking about, we show in the vlog. First day was, like I said, just getting in, The next day was the first day of like sessions and learning. And then there was like a little pool party where Jan and I played. And then we went to a sushi dinner that wasn't a sushi spot.
Shout out Trago for the the recommendation.
Everybody was amped to go eat some sushi. And we show up to the place and it's not a sushi spot. It's just
It
a
was a
ramen ramen spot. Everybody's like, so where's the sushi menu at? And there's like 15 of us.
The ramen was well, what was it that was good that we got that was delicious?
Oh, the pork belly buns.
Oh,
Pork belly
buns.
buns and the
So
little
good.
dumplings. Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. So that was interesting. Tuesday kind of flew by. I did speak. I wonder. I mean, we got to keep it where it was, but I think eventually, at some point, we should collab on that down the road.
Yeah, for sure. And Drew's, I thought Drew's was really fun too because everybody's really talking about business, and Drew was back to the music and how can we be better and how can we, think about stuff a little more in depth musically. And I think it's important because a lot of conferences do just skip right over the music part of all of us being DJs, and the only music part is watching other DJs play.
Which we did, and Jen, I did, yeah, and
Yeah.
we got to perform. And I'll say the inspiration or what I got, why it sounds the way it sounds, is I very much programmed it specifically to everyone that was there, and pushing some new ideas and some new stuff. But it's not so far out of the box that you don't get it. It's definitely trying to rock the crowd and geared specifically to the people that are there.
Right. Yeah, we both kind of, it's always tough to play for DJs. And for me, my thought process is just doing a little bit of everything. There's all different age groups of DJs, some people at the beginning of their career, some people towards the end of their career, some people that are still heavily in it and just trying to do something fun for everybody involved and not forget that there's all those different aspects there is my thought process with the way I played. So
There was one point the party went longer than we'd expected, so me and Fuse had kind of prepped some, and then we were just kind of freestyling. And there was one point where I was just trying to get everybody going, and I had dumbed it down a little bit, and I could just see people's glare in their eyes. And then I was like, well, fuck this. Then I just went left field with it. And all of a sudden you just see everybody wake up, and it just goes to show you can't, it's so hard to play for DJs. You really, they want to be impressed. They've heard it all. Right.
Right.
So
and you almost killed Jared at that same moment. Jared almost died, but he rose again, and he's
the one that asked me for a country, by the way. I got it out there.
And you played it, and he almost died.
It was fun, and someone posted a recap, and let me just tell you what an honor to be able to play and talk, and the things they've pulled off in over the 9 years has been incredible to watch, and proud of those guys. So
Yeah,
I hope they keep going. I hope it comes back at some point. I understand logistics wise, and a lot of people are have offshoots that are cheaper. So I understand all of the stuff, but I really like it, and I think it's good.
I have a tremendous amount of respect for all three of those guys and for them putting themselves out there basically for almost 10 years now, 8 years,
9.
at least 9.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, this is how we do things. Here's the blueprint. You choose which path that you want, and putting it out there. And, they've changed the game for a lot of people. They've changed a lot of people's lives. And, I don't think people understand that, like, those guys aren't getting rich off of doing this. It's very much for the industry and to help people and to just, make the whole, community a better place. And, I have a tremendous amount of respect for what they've done and allowing us to be a part of it as well.
Yeah, same. It's like I said, seeing all the people they've had speak and play, and it's on and on. It's super incredible.
Well, we got back, and man, it was like I've been like sick the whole month of January, and I got back. I wear this Aura ring, and it told me that I was in bed for 14 hours and slept for 12 and a half hours that day I got back. My flight back, I was in the window seat, which I always choose. next to a very old couple. They didn't smell the best, and the AC didn't work, and it was a 3-hour
Oh
flight,
god.
and she didn't even get up so I could get in to the window
Oh,
seat. So
the
I'm like, do I
worst.
go ass in her face? Do I go dick in her face? Like, what's the move here? Like, how do like I'm trying to be like polite, but at the same time, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, there's like no etiquette, and so it was pretty miserable. Connected in, let's see, Minneapolis, which is the longest walking airport of all. If you're changing,
And oh my god, Minneapolis, and it's always on the opposite fucking end. It can't help itself but to be on the opposite end.
right. So I'm moving quick because the flight leaving was delayed. They had something
Always.
happen, and so we're sitting on the runway, and it was miserable. And I got home finally, and I had left Phoenix at, I think I left the hotel at 5:30 a.m. and I got home at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And Ashley made food, and I went to sleep, and that's when I like slept. I was just in bed for 14 hours. I haven't felt so tired and just like worn out in a long time.
I spent the rest of that Wednesday bopping around and went to. I wish I had my hat today, but got a hat. Went downtown and it got me a Diamondbacks hat, and just went around, looked around, got an amazing smash burger, so good. I got to drive in one of the Waymos, the driverless cars, which is
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
cool.
crazy.
We need those. Ironically, was 2 times the price of an Uber.
Oh boy. For
Yeah,
nobody to drive you, huh?
the Uber was 5 and this was 13. Nuts. Yeah, I got home late. I was on Southwest, so definitely the milking. I usually fly with a little bit of uh, you know, class, I guess. I don't know what to say, a little bit of prestige where I can
Airline
go on.
status. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of status, and getting basically the last pick sucked, but I got window both ways because Long Beach Airport lets off at the back and nobody realizes that. So just go all the way to the back, get the best seat.
You played
But
Thursday night too?
I played Thursday night at a corporate party, and then super mellow, just play a little bit of everything.
Mhm.
And that's where, after hanging out with Eric Rhodes that whole time, seeing, I think more of a lot of the age group he tends to get lately. That's what this was. It was just like right in that pocket of late 90s, early 2000s. And, they love their hip hop. They
Right.
get down seeing a bunch of people in suits and fancy dresses just get lit after sitting through a conference, just powering it. That was good. You play Thursday?
I didn't play Thursday. I played Friday. I was at my normal spot, which is Fishbowl, and it was a pretty good Friday. It's just so funny to me because the staff was like, "Oh man, tonight was so good," and it's like I always say, it's like I rarely feel like I play much different there. So it's just like the order must have been a little different, or like if I play different week to week, it's like maybe 30 songs that are different or something, or I don't know. But it's just funny to me how it goes like that because it's
Did you
like you
miss a
have
week?
well, I did miss the past week. Yeah, no, I was there the past Friday, but the weekend before I was out in LA. So, but I don't know. It's just how it goes. And then Saturday, I was up in Columbus, which is 2 hours north of here, and I did Good Night John Boy, and they have locations in Columbus, Cleveland, Chicago, St. Pete, San Diego, and I think they're opening one or two more. And if you guys don't know, it's like a 70s, 80s disco themed club where they really, really, really want you to lean in heavy on the disco and a little bit more alternative like 80s and even some 90s, and not really be in the box of what is like clubby now. So it's kind of hilarious to me. I'm like playing Chic La Freak, and they're like bringing the bottles out with the whole bottle presentation, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. And I had a
Is anybody
blast.
complaining?
I got a couple requests. Columbus is probably one of the harder locations because it's right on OSU, like right there, so it's very collegey. and it is hard to balance what they want versus what you're gonna do. But I sent you the set list, and I feel like I did a really good job throughout the night of keeping it kind of balanced, and I had a great time. It was one of the more fun sets I've played, and when I left, I felt like I did a good job too. And
I don't mind playing theme parties or theme clubs or any of that when it's known, right?
right,
It's very obvious, like it's on the flyer, the buildings pushes it, everything about it. Like if you go the next night, it's still the same thing. I
right,
like all of that. So people that are requested are just fucking idiots, right? You're like,
yeah.
have you been here before?
Yeah. I think it's tough. I think certain DJs just don't pull the weight of like other DJs. So I think that depending on what's going on there, it might not be the same night to night, depending on who's playing, the keeping the integrity of the room and what's supposed to be happening.
What were the big hits?
Obviously like ABBA, Gimme Gimme, Dancing Queen. I have a lot of like flips that I've made and stuff, like the Stay Alive that we've done. And we've since done like 3 renditions of it. So like there was one that we posted on DMS, and then I made a second one, and then now I finally made the one that I'm like, oh, this is the good one.
All right.
And
What
sometimes
to
that's how it
repost?
goes with some of that stuff. It's like trial and error. You just don't know.
What to
That
repost it?
Yeah, I should repost it. That one was good. I'm trying to think more. Oh, Prince Kiss, when I played it, I did like a little like scratch and drop out of something, and it was like "Doo, doo, 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 doo. Don't have to be. I was like, and it kind of popped, and it was just kind of funny to me because I didn't really expect that when I played it. So that was fun. It was just nice to felt like for once that I was like a DJ again and like playing to a theme and just playing what I thought was fun, and it all went together. And there was moments where I felt like, oh, I'm forcing this a bit, but also that's kind of what needs to happen in a room like that. And you know, like I said, depending on what's going on there, it's hard. You don't know when you're coming from out of town to do a gig like how it is all the time.
Theme night would be it's would be tough to do every weekend, I think,
Yeah.
to really stay fresh, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked out, and I'm sure you actually put in a ton of work. I know you did, so I'm sure everybody was impressed.
Yeah, I put in a ton of work, and may have some edits, so if you're into that kind of thing, but might have to keep some of these for the old personal collection.
Like that. My weekend, my last gig, I did Friday. Do this every year. It's been the last 4 years. Disneyland has a big the lunar Chinese lunar
Mhm.
moon parade, the year lunar year, whatever it is. They
Right.
and people from all over the world come and dance in this, and it's a big deal. So we host the after party, and I play pretty pop. Just I mean, it's 90% women,
Right.
so just playing a lot of pop. But bring back it's K-pop. So I went deep into K-pop, playing some Blackpink, which they're so good, dude. And it was interesting to watch because the girls would get their phones out and put the camera or the put not the camera on, but put the flashlight on,
Mhm.
and they would each take turns pretending to be Blackpink. But they're so one would dance all the moves, and
Mhm.
then their friends would just like shine the light at them like they were on stage, and then they would switch. It was
That's
like
funny.
I've never seen that before. It was really interesting.
Mhm.
So I played just kind of down the line of Spotify top hits, and they crushed. So they knew all the songs and just mix it in with pop stuff, and a lot of fun playing the
I don't
K-pop.
know if most of the listeners know either, but you've got a custom William Hung DJ drop. Did you use that at all?
I did not. I don't think they would have known.
It's it's pretty fire if I, say so myself.
I guess we'll insert that here.
Hey, this is William Hung, and you are listening to the People's DJ, Drew Pierce. Drew, I know that everything is very challenging right now around the world because of the pandemic, but never give up your dreams. Whatever it is, keep going because I know you will eventually succeed. Here's a special song for you. And just do it! Be what you want to be. Do what you want to do, be true yourself and just do it. Be what you want to be, do what you want to do because it's all up to you.
All right, there it is. There's William. Again, I'm a huge fan, and Fuse got me that. Was it during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
was.
good.
You can be what you want to be, Drew. Do what you want to do.
I guess part of the joke is I play "She Bangs" by William Hung quite a bit in my sets, so they got that made. So there it is.
That's a dated one. We might be showing that we're old because the younger guys might not remember the William Hung "She Bangs."
Look it up.
But
The
yeah,
William Hung "She Bangs" is just. I mean, it's better than the Ricky Martin one. Let's be honest. It is way better.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, he pumped a whole career out of that. I'm impressed.
I love it. Yeah. So rolling into
that brings us to Super Bowl, and this was my alley oop earlier. Was Jan I had did the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl party in 2018.
Mhm.
They flew him out for the win then when they won the last time. So shout out Jan I. It's pretty cool to go. He played that with Diplo. So yeah. Anyways, Super Bowl blowout. A lot of people unhappy with the game, unhappy with halftime. I liked the halftime show. Kendrick is, a lot of hidden meanings and all of his stuff with the game controller and just so much going on. So I did like it.
I hate saying publicly that I just thought it was okay. And somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my god," and hate, and it's fine. But I guess my issue with anything anymore is like, does stuff have to be more deeper than face value? And I guess that's my like, I'm like, when you're doing something for the Super Bowl, it's got to appeal to a wide range of people. I feel like, and they've kind of built it to become that. And then this year, I personally don't think that delivered that. I'm not saying that they don't have to do that, but that's what it's become. And hip hop has been the last 3 years now with Dr. Dre, Snoop, Mary J. Blige,
Usher.
50 Cent, Eminem,
It was Usher last year, right?
Yeah, Usher last year. And he brought out Ludacris, Little John, and I mean, both of those, in my opinion, were like epic, appealing to a wide range of people. And I just don't think the Kendrick does that. And again, if I was just seeing him in concert, I would be like, wow, that was great. But for the stage of the Super Bowl, it didn't do it for me in that aspect. And it doesn't mean I dislike him or dislike his music or anything. I'm just saying for the halftime show of what it's become over the years, I expect a little more.
Now I disagree because I like a little of the hidden inside stuff where it's like, I guess that's that young punk in me where it's like a little wink that it's hidden and it's like, if you know.
Mhm.
But on face value, it's just a good show, right? And I watched it with my kids, so I like that they're every year it's kind of goes old, young, it's all over the place, and so I like that Kendrick's having an epic year, and I think he's definitely hip hop right now. He's winning everything. That track, the Drake track, was the biggest talked about track. He's the big guy in hip hop right now, so I am still a fan of the performance. I thought it came out good, and I like different. I just like different. I want something different. Impress me.
Well, I'm not saying that I would have known who to pick, that would appeal again. I think 3 years of hip hop in a row is a lot. I hope that next year they just do something a little different in general. I just think that
Well, the
I don't know.
last 3 years really leaned in on the cities, right? So the first city was LA, Dre and Snoop. The second was Usher in Atlanta. Kendrick was not from that, and that was the big thing. Everyone thought they should have picked Lil Wayne to be part of the New Orleans. And next year is San Francisco. So I don't know who they're going to do. Maybe the Grateful Dead.
Maybe Lil Wayne will go do San Francisco,
I don't know, but I got my Frisco hat on for next year. That's the Super Bowl. So Maybe in the comments, throw who you think it is. Maybe we go country. You think the Bengals are
that's
gonna
who's
pull
gonna
it
be in the
off?
Super Bowl.
All right, there you go.
California dreaming, as they might say.
Maybe they bring out some Morgan Wallen.
Oh boy, I
You
hope
know,
not.
my last argument about it is I don't know how many stars these days have big hits, right? Have a big enough catalog to really command a Super Bowl appearance,
Yeah.
like you're saying. I just don't. Kendrick headlined Coachella. You know, you can't bring out Rage. I think even the Chili Peppers only played like side stage to Bruno Mars.
Right.
So I don't know.
I don't know
Who
either.
really
I'm
has
just
the
saying
catalog.
I'm just saying they've built it up to like be this thing, and I just think that on a broad range of people of age that watch the Super Bowl, Kendrick only appeals to a very small.
Well, they need to do what they did with Dre and Snoop then so they have 5 or 6 people, right?
Right,
And not
for
just
sure.
the one star. Like the one star's hosting it, even Bruno brought out the Chili Peppers. I think even Beyonce had like multiple people.
Well, did she come out with did she Beyonce was she out in the Bruno one or what? I can't remember now.
I don't remember. She might have done a little thing in it. They were like back to back, so she might have done it and then got her own. I don't pay attention. I know that that my kid liked it a lot. She was very yeah, I'll tell you guys who every now and then people like to hear what she's listening to. They hit me up, and I thought it was funny that we watched Kendrick. She liked the performance, and guess what? We've been bumping last night when we got dinner, and today when I took her to school. Drake. Dad, why don't they get along? And that's just so funny that's what she got out of it, is like how much she likes Drake. So I mean, good, all publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah, I guess the old Drizzy's got to come with something though. Like whatever's next, he's got to if he wants to, dig himself out of the grave that his career has become since all this Kendrick stuff. I think he's really, really, really got to bring something that's like not only just appeals to the masses, but just is good.
Yeah, I don't have the answer for that. I'd say sit still, go underground for a minute. You got enough cheese. You don't need it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Speaking of music and all things Super Bowl, we're going to do our little DMS picks. We're going to roll the video and then we'll come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the DMS. DirectMusicService.com's picks of the week. Drew Fuse, hit them with your top picks.
All right, my top pick, all things Super Bowl and Kendrick. I obviously did the Disco Club this weekend, and that's going to be on my theme. I've got 2 picks. I'll go with my first one is Kendrick Lamar versus Lakeside. It's TV Off versus Fantastic Voyage, and I edited this one a little bit, but it's the Never Dull blend. It is on DMS. You can go download it now. I just really like the way it kind of put the two of them together, and I edited it to fit the way I wanted to play it a little more, but I really liked that one.
My pick is Kendrick as well, and currently number 1. It's Luther, the Mike D up-tempo remix. And that was, I went and saw SZA. I took my kid to go see SZA, and I really loved that SZA performance. So it was cool to see her out there. It was she killed her show. It was so good. So yeah, that's my pick. And I know that's just going to start getting a ton of play right now coming up.
Awesome. My other pick that I wanted to mention was Casey and the Sunshine Band. That's the way I like it. The Rogers remix. It's up on DMS. You can download it. I spent a lot of time on edits for this gig and making music, and I uploaded this one to the site. There's a lot of fun stuff out there. You just got to dig sometimes. Even on DMS, there's tons of stuff that you can dig and find. And these are our picks for this week. And I think that wraps up this show and this recap. We just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about what's been going on. We have some really good interviews coming up, a good music episode coming up. and I'm excited for all those.
Yep. Same. And that's it.
That's it.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Jeez. Oh, hey, I'll just say go watch the recap. Go watch the DJC recap. And also, lastly, we'll see you at the DMS party
Oh yeah.
in Vegas. That is a thing. Is it next Tuesday?
Yes. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and announce who's actually playing at the party on here. So, with that being said, this lineup should have dropped. Our Tuesday night party is Audio One.
Oh.
It's Simo. It's Grant, Pete Down. These two guys, Drew and Fuse, and all the way from Australia, making his USA debut is Zillionaire. So that's who's playing the DMS party. Really excited for all these sets. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and we got other guys also will just be at the party hanging out. And I know Phrase and Audio One and Demand are also doing the closing party for that Wednesday. So there's lots of DJs to come see and get inspiration from. So book your ticket. It's not too late.
Yeah. Warren's going to be there. Kevin Scott, Phrase, Throwback Brothers, Icon, Jason Jani, Scooter, Jason B, also along with all the guys that are playing on our Tuesday night party. So come hang out. If you haven't booked a ticket yet, just do it.
All right. There it is.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Peace. See you next week. Peace.